What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pleeka podcast. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about Marvel's Ant-Man.
Now dive through the keyhole, Scott. You charge big, you dive small, then you emerge big.
Ow!
Useless.
Na Ant-Man.
I've been saying
I almost went.
what?
I almost went. Ant-Man. Like, do a whole movie about Spider-Man's aunt.
Oh my.
Did you know they were actually planning on doing a Marvel's, like, if the Amazing Spider-Man movie is kicked off, they're gonna do like a universe of that, and they're gonna do a movie solo about Aunt May. I think they were gonna make her kind of like Black Widow-y and like have her like in some organization and shit, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah. No shit.
So before we get into the trivia, we usually talk about the comic prelude. I didn't read it because honestly I forgot about it.
Oh, way to go.
But I looked up.
dipshit.
I looked up what it's about like an hour ago, and it's basically leading up to that opening scene of Ant-Man with Hank Pym going and meeting Tony Stark and Peggy and the other guy. I don't know the other guy's name. And then it also shows, from what I could tell, it shows that mission that you briefly see when the bad guy Darren is like showing on the screen, like, oh, see, there's Ant-Man doing this on a tank.
Yeah.
So it shows that little bit. So it's kind of just like some fun stuff. Like, doesn't show anything, and I think it might show a little bit of Scott in prison, but nothing really extra. So it doesn't really matter. Really, the big ones that I would read is like Civil War, Avengers, like, because the other movies they don't want to spoil anything. So the preludes are pretty dumb. Like the best one that they've done, I think, is for Iron Man 3, because it was just all about War Machine.
Right.
But alright, so we'll get into the trivia for the movie. Okay. The first trivia I got, which I actually thought this was pretty cool, because this is one of the coolest parts of the movie, I think. The Falcon role in the plot came after Adam McKay and Paul Rudd went and saw Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and they fell in love with the character. So they casually suggested working him into the plot, and Kevin Feige said that actually works great for it, and informed them that like he's at the new Avengers compound, so that'd be good for the movie and all that.
Yeah.
So that all happened because Paul Rudd and then one of the other guys who's like the writer of the movie just loved Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool, because I remember like watching that, you're like, oh my god, who's he gonna, like, Captain America? You're like, oh, it's Falcon. That's even funnier.
Yeah.
Especially like his end scene when he's like,
Don't tell Cap.
please keep this from Cap.
Yeah.
So this next one is pretty goddamn funny. Paul Rudd told his 9-year-old son that he was gonna be Ant-Man, and the son goes, well, I can't wait to see how stupid that's gonna be. Which is kind of what the rest of the world said too about Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And that was another one that you wanted to see because Paul Rudd, but you were like, I don't know, it's Ant-Man.
Yeah. It was
But
weird.
it ended up being pretty good. And this, I wrote this down specifically because I'm interested if you noticed it. When Ant-Man enters the microverse, you can see a little figure on his helmet, and it could possibly be Janet Van Dyne when he's in the microverse, and be a little hint that they're going to go back there and save her in the second movie, which has been confirmed because they cast the girl in the second movie and all that. But did you notice that? Because I did, when he defeats the bad guy, spoilers, and he goes into it, when he first gets there, you see a little tiny, like, looks like Wasp, like, shadow on his helmet.
No, I didn't notice that.
Because I was kind of, because I remember people talking about that after the movie before, so I was kind of looking for it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's totally there.
No, I wish you would have told me before I watched it.
I didn't know. I watched it after you. So
Well, I know.
but then I saw it, and I was like, oh, that was pretty interesting. But then I didn't want to tell you until we did this podcast, because I was interested if you'd catch it too. But I
Well,
thought that was pretty cool.
I remember when we saw it originally, and you
Mhm.
said something about, oh, they'll probably go back and get her, like, through that, because now he came in and came back.
Yeah.
So, like, I thought that part was, but I didn't know about the shadow.
Yeah, I'm looking up right now, because I remember they cast the girl who's going to be in it, the mom, and it's a pretty popular actress, but I can't remember who it is. Michelle Pfeiffer. That's who they cast as Janet Van Dyne. So that'll be pretty cool.
Catwoman.
But yeah, so they cast it so that they are going to go into the microverse and save her. So that'd be pretty cool seeing. Cause
Well,
then
you
we should
assume once
technically-
she's dead, once she's just floating in fucking space.
that'd be a pretty pointless reason to cast somebody. Can you be casting this movie, but you're just gonna be
They bring
floating
her
out,
back and they
out
have
here dead.
a little casket.
Oh my god! But then we think about it. When they go to get her and she's out, we should technically have 2 Ant-Man and 2 Wasps at that point, which I think would be kind of interesting.
Except 2 of them are old and no one cares.
Yeah, which I did see originally. The idea for this movie was to do Hank Pym and like all of his, and then like the sequel was gonna be him going into Scott and stuff like that, not sexually or
yeah.
anything, but. But then because like a lot of stuff, people like kept bringing up stuff from the comics. 'Cause in the comics, like he abuses his wife and he's like a complete drunk asshole, like all this stuff. So then they kind of decided, well, we'll just kind of his wife's dead, and we'll just kind of go around that in this movie because people didn't.
Well, I mean, just because he beat his wife in a comic doesn't mean he has
That's
to do
what
it
I
in
thought.
the
I was like,
movie.
well, just don't add that part in the movie because you didn't
Yeah.
add it anyways.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the movie. Ant-Man, directed by Peyton Reed, kind of half directed by Edgar Wright. Some would say almost done by Edgar Wright, and then he got fired. But because like a lot of the he even is like credited at the end for writing the script and all that as one of the writers.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, but this movie, the budget was 142 million. It made 529.3 million in the box office. It's not the best MCU movie, but it's definitely hasn't made the worst.
Yeah, that's. I guess
That's not bad for a movie.
No, it's not bad. I expected a little more, but
I did too. When I looked up and I saw 500 million, I was like, oh wow. I mean, that's still making a million's great, like over a couple hundred million or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
you got to do 300 million at least.
yeah, to be profitable and all
Yeah.
that. But yeah, they definitely made their money back on this. So the movie starts out in 1989 with young Hank Pym meeting Howard Stark and Peggy Carter, and says they tried to replicate his formula, which is like what I said. The comic leads up to that. Even watching it now, that was still pretty cool.
Yeah,
like
it was cool.
seeing, because I kind of forgot about that until I looked up. Because funny enough, now at this point of us doing these rewatching Marvel, we're getting into the territory of us already doing videos on this again.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Like I went and listened to our old Ant-Man podcast, and
You did?
I definitely don't recommend people listening to that. Oh boy, like this is literally how we start. Yeah, so we went and saw Ant-Man. Yeah, we liked it. We don't even do an intro. Like we had that little recorder that that table thing and all that, and it was me, you, and Taylor. I was playing that Ant-Man. Remember we had that pinball game, the Marvel one.
Yeah.
So playing the Ant-Man version of that.
Wow.
In the background, but yeah, it was.
That was your idea.
It was too, and I was so proud of that. I was like, oh, I could play it, and then like I don't know, it was just so cheesy listening to it, and like we just I don't know, we don't sound as like intelligent about the movie as we probably should have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not experts. We just went to go see it.
Well, we're experts now. We're MCU experts. We got a degree in everything.
What?
I have a degree in Marvel.
Jesus.
No, not really. It was fun. This is like complete side story, but we were at Zia's like a week ago, and Damien was there, and he like wanted some kind of dragon or something. So Mom got him this toy, and it was this green dude, and like it looked like a mix between the Green Goblin and like a dragon. And I was like, oh, that's weird. What the hell is that? And I was looking at it, and some dude behind the counter is like, oh, it's blah blah blah. Like says this name from Marvel, and my mom's like, oh, you should know that, Marvel boy. And I was like, oh man, I don't read Marvel that much, but it totally made me feel like a loser. Like I was like the guy behind the counter, and then I was like, he can go fuck himself.
Well,
So then
there's
I just
5
walked away.
billion characters. Look how many characters on your shirt, and that's not even Marvel.
Yeah, that's just DC. Yeah. But like, like I was so because we're like, what is that thing? So it's some bad guy from Marvel, but the guy made me feel like such a loser when he said that.
That's pretty.
Because the
funny.
way he said it was like, you fucking idiot, you should know that.
How important could it be if he's not in 17 movies?
That's true. Yeah, I've never even heard the guy's name before either.
He might have just made it up. He could have just.
He could have been fucking with me. Yeah. He's like, that's Poo Poo McGee from Marvel, and I was like, oh, Poo Poo
I got his
McGee.
pop figure.
Wow. So then we cut to present day, and Scott Lang is in prison fighting a guy named Peach, and it's a goodbye ritual.
I totally forgot
That was like a goodbye thing. So did I.
And I'm like, what? And then like, I don't remember him fighting. And then like, then they like hug each other, and I was like, Jesus, that's so weird.
Yeah, this movie, I was surprised like how long the beginning of the movie is. Like not in a bad way, but like he's in prison, and then he's on the ride home, and then he's at Baskin Robbins and going to his apartment and stuff like that. Like it was a lot of other things that it was kind of cool. Like it establishes the world without being boring.
Oh yeah.
But I thought that was pretty neat.
And it's like he basically just wants to get his daughter back.
Yeah.
And not even get her back, just see her.
Just to be able to go see her. Yeah. So then he's picked up by Lewis, aka Michael Pena, which, spoilers right now, he's my favorite character in the movie, which I'm pretty sure is yours too.
Ditto.
But yeah, he's so awesome.
Yeah, I really like him in everything.
Yeah,
like,
we'll get to it later, but because it's like the end of the movie. But this is the best Stan Lee cameo, by far. Just because he's the one narrating it and all that, that makes it the best one.
I might give you that.
So Scott has a very weird conversation with his boss, and then gets fired from Baskin Robbins.
Did you watch the outtakes?
No, I did not.
So like after the movie, because we bought it on Amazon. So it's like 3 hours long if you watch all the extra stuff.
It's funny. I forgot that you had the extra stuff, so I turned it on. And I was like, "Holy fuck!" Oh yeah, he bought it on Amazon with extra stuff. I was like, "Jesus Christ, how long is this shit?"
No, it puts a lot of pressure on you, and it's like 2 hours and 47 minutes. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! But
Yeah.
then I forgot the
But-
extra stuff too. So then, like, you do all the credits and everything. It's not that bad. But
Yeah.
in the they have like a gag reel, and it's just them talking about Baskin Robbins stuff. And
Oh,
It
really?
was pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah. That conversation is weird. He's like, "Oh yeah, so I found out about prison or whatever," or he calls him by his name or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about, "Oh yeah, no, it's cool. Like I'm in charge of this guy." And he's like, kind of like, "Oh yeah." And it's like, "No, you're obviously fired still, though."
Yeah.
That was funny. I almost kind of forgot that he still got fired. I was like, "Oh, I thought like I could have sworn he got fired." And he's talking to the guy like that. So then Hank Pym gets invited back to Pym Industry, and we get to see the unveiling of the Yellow Jacket, and then we also get to find out that Hope is working on the inside with against Darren, trying to make sure he doesn't succeed in Yellow
Yeah,
Jacket.
I almost forgot she was in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I just picture her from Lost, and I was just like, oh yeah, she's in it. I totally forgot. Like,
One thing I accidentally skipped over after Baskin Robbins is I really liked when T.I. called Scott a pussy. Because he called him
yeah.
a cat burglar. He's like, "Oh, so you're a pussy."
yeah,
That was real fun. T.I.'s actually pretty goddamn funny in this movie.
yeah. All those guys, like his little crew, was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope all of them are back in 2. I don't know if they all are. I don't remember from the trailer or anything.
Yeah, they should be because they helped a lot.
Yeah, the movie. I don't think it would have been as good if it was just Scott and Hank and
I
Hope
mean,
hanging out.
he's funny, but like, how many jokes can you make when you're hugging an ant?
Yeah. So we got Scott shows up to his daughter's birthday and gives her the creepiest bunny I've ever seen.
Yeah, that bunny.
Yeah, that was very creepy. Looks like something out of Five Nights
and
at Freddy's.
you've had 2 dead bunnies lately.
Oh yeah, we don't gotta talk about that. Darren Cross shoots Frank with a shrinking gun, and he turns him into mush.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, he's in the bathroom with the guy, and the
Yeah.
guy was kind of against his Yellow Jacket stuff. So then he pulls out his little shrinking thing and shoots him with it, and the guy just like melts on the floor.
Yeah,
Like something out of Indiana Jones or something.
he just killed the guy while he
Yeah.
was taking a piss.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Well, because that guy didn't want him to go through with it. He was like, well, what if, you know?
Yeah.
So he wasn't going with his plan.
So then he kills like 47 sheep after that guy.
So they show right in the beginning that he's a bad guy. He was a good bad guy.
Yeah, I really did like him.
Yeah.
Which I mean, technically he could come back as well eventually because he just went into the microverse too. So like, what if when they go find Janet, they like see him like floating in the background?
You're like, float on.
Maybe. The scene where Lewis tells Scott about the safe in the old man's house is really good. That's the first time we get to see
yeah.
Michael Pena's like little speech about that.
He tells the story, and then it's through everyone's
Yeah.
out.
It-
It's his voice, but everyone else's mouth.
Yeah, it totally reminds me of, which I mean, this movie did it first, I guess, of Rooster Teeth's $1 Million Butt videos. Because it's like
Oh,
them
yeah.
talking and then other people acting it out.
Oh, no, yeah, it's the same
it's
thing.
the same exact thing. Like, I
Yeah.
wonder if they
They
watched
stole
Ant-Man
it.
and got the idea
They
from
stole
that.
it from them.
Because when I watched this, I was like, oh, that's like the same thing. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that was really cool. And
It was different, too, which is cool.
then about this time is where the movie turns into like a heist kind of movie.
Yeah.
You know, and in the music and all that stuff. I think that's what I really like about the movie.
Yeah, because it kind of like, it's like an Ocean's 11 movie meets like an Iron Man-y kind of
Yeah,
thing.
sort of.
So Scott decides to do the heist, which is a really cool scene, and Hank Pym is spying on him the whole time as he breaks in the house. I actually really like that. Like, the way he gets in, he disarms the alarm, going through,
Yeah.
gets through the safe by, like, pouring water in it and doing all this stuff. Like, that was really cool. Then, like, you see on the little table,
Yeah,
just
no,
Hank
it
hanging
was
out.
cool, and it was a cool scene. Like just like him jumping the wall and like doing stuff. You're like, oh yeah, he is a superhero.
Yeah,
Not yet,
it's
but,
weird
like,
seeing
Paul Rudd. Do
Paul
that.
Rudd be
Yeah.
doing stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
And I really like when he gets in there, he's like, oh, it's just a motorcycle suit. But then he takes it anyways.
Yeah.
Which is weird. The whole thing of that's weird if you think about it. Because the next thing I wrote down is that Scott tries on the suit and then he accidentally shrinks in it, and then Hank starts talking to him. But if you think about it, if you stole a motorcycle suit, like, why would you just go randomly go put it on?
Well, you figure why is it so special that it's in this safe?
I guess maybe, yeah. But then that's a really cool scene too. So he starts shrinking accidentally. Michael Pena walks in there, gets naked,
Yeah.
and then he falls down like 16 little holes, like little water shafts or whatever. Falls into a club and all that.
So first he turns on the water. It's like a
Yeah.
tidal wave. Yeah, and then well, he falls into that fucking party down below.
Yeah.
And he almost gets stuck.
And then
on.
he's on. I like when by the end of it, he lands on the car in the street, and the guy's like, "What the hell?" Because there's like a little tiny dent in his car, and then he gets all big.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool scenes like that they do with him. I hope they do a lot more of that in the sequel. Of them,
Oh, I'm sure they
like you
will.
can see from the trailer, like when they throw the little
fucking
Pez dispenser of
yeah.
the what kind of cat is that? I can't even think of the brand.
Hello
Kitty. Yeah. So Scott breaks back into the house to return the suit and gets arrested, which we find out later was Hope calling the cops.
Yeah.
Then Hank shows up at the jail and reveals that he was the person who set up the heist the entire time, which I completely forgot that he did that.
Oh, did you?
I didn't remember that it was him that did it. I thought he just got him off the hook there, and then when he said it and like it shows him paying off the people,
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. See, there was so much of this movie because I only watched it.
Were you surprised that
First
Avon
time.
Barksdale was a cop?
I kind of forgot that was even him, to be honest.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So I really like the scene where the ants come in and bring him the suit.
You know
and
what?
he escapes jail.
We'll get back to that. You know what I just thought of?
What?
Like, every time there's someone from Doctor Who, you, like, just refer to them as Doctor Who people.
Yeah, and then every
And-
time there's Wire, you refer to them someone from the Wire.
Yeah.
So you're saying the Wire is like your Doctor Who?
No, Doctor Who is like your Wire.
No, I like it better where
But
the
then-
Wire is your Doctor Who.
But how weird is that we both have a show like that? And
That is weird.
Like, I'm like, Avon Barksdale, and you're like, who?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah, so he escapes from jail by the ants bringing him the suit and all that. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I really liked a lot of the times too, like when I think it's when Hank's talking to Hank at first, and they look over at like the security cameras, and you see all the ants
and
like
they are-
like running around on it. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool. So Scott wakes up at Hank's house, and Hank tells him everything about Darren Cross and the Pym particle, and then asks him to break into a place and steal some shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done breaking into places and stealing shit. What do you need me to do? Well, I need you to break into a place and steal some shit.
And he's like, yeah, I thought so.
So Darren Cross tests out his yellow jacket again and kills another goat.
Sheep.
Oh, he tested out on another goat. My bad, sheep, whatever. And it ends up working after he killed like I don't know, it was like 47 goats. I don't remember. He said a number.
You're like, Mary had a spongy lamb.
Gross. So we get a cool little training montage with Ant-Man. That was kind of fun. Them teaching him to jump through the little keyhole and all. Even having that suit, I'd be kind of terrified to jump through a keyhole and get big. Because I feel like, what if I
Yeah.
accidentally got big inside the keyhole, then like you're inside the door or whatever? Like I feel like I would fuck that up so bad.
You definitely would. Could you imagine Mom doing that? She can't even walk down a fucking rock.
This is totally off course. Everybody, I don't know when it'll come out sometime this week. Whenever I have time to edit it, go watch the new Behind the Pleeka coming out. It's just starring Nick and Angela literally
Almost killed herself.
almost falls off a mountain and kills herself in this video, and it's amazing.
Well, the awesome thing is that
It's funny how I can sit at a computer and watch my mother almost die, and the whole family laughs at it.
well, because she didn't die.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have sucked. Well, because I got news for her. It would have took me a half an hour to get to someone to say, hey, she needs help. So
And it's not like you're gonna like be able to carry her to safety too, because where you guys are at,
yeah,
like she would have been gone.
yeah.
But so that'd be a pretty interesting Behind the Pleeka. So we at the training montage. So Hank tells Scott and Hope about Hope's mom, the Wasp, being lost into the quantum realm, aka the microverse. Which was a pretty cool scene.
What do you think about Hope?
I like her. I'm actually excited that the next movie is going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp. I've heard a lot of people complain and be like, the movie should have just been the Wasp all the time. But I like them both. I like that we're actually kind of like a mini team-up movie like that.
Yeah, see, like, hopefully she's better when she gets her suit. But, like...
There was times where she was annoying in this,
Yeah.
but I know where the movie leads, so I got over that real quickly.
Well, it's just, yeah, but I'm just, like, I don't need to, and then at the end he's like, hey, he doesn't want you to die. He wants, I'm expendable.
Yeah, and then she kind of gets it, and then she's like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know you had a daughter when I called the cops. Then once she starts to get it, then it was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was fun, too, when she's beating the shit out of him.
Yeah. I like too at the end when he's doing like when Scott's doing the heist at the very end of the movie, and he jumps up and does a little leg thing around their head that she does, and then they cut to her
Oh,
like
yeah.
seeing it, and she's like, oh,
Yeah,
like
that was
she has a little look that he did her move. So Hank sends Scott to one of Howard Stark's old facilities to retrieve some tech, and it ends up being the new Avengers Tower, and Falcon is there. We get a cool little Ant-Man versus Falcon scene.
Which is that's probably the coolest scene in the movie, right?
Yeah, then he does to Falcon what he does to Iron Man in Civil War by getting in his suit and unplugging a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
They like The whole time was pretty cool. Then at the end, he ends up going back to Hank, and Hank's yelling at him like, "You could have fucking ruined everything." Blah blah blah. And he just pulls out the tech he wanted out of his pocket and sets it down. And then like, "Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah, they're like, oh, never mind.
yeah."
Yeah, that was.
And then
cool.
I don't know if it's before that or after that. Cut back to Falcon, and he's like, "Oh, please don't tell Cap.
Yeah, that
Like,
was.
I need you guys to do everything to keep this from Cap."
It was cool that like Falcon could detect him with his shit. But,
Yeah, I like
But then
that.
once he went in and there
Especially
took his
because like the beginning, he's like, "Oh, he can't see me," and then Falcon's like, "I can see you."
shit. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
who are you?" "I'm Ant-Man." That wasn't my choice.
Yeah.
The whole time, I wish like you could be like Ant-Man, the Wasp, and Falcon together. Like that'd be really fun to see.
That'd be
Which I mean, maybe we will be after Avengers. When we get to Avengers 4, it'll be them left or something. Who knows?
Yeah, we got a while for that.
Yeah. So what was that? Oh, because of security being tripped, they add double security to the what's it called?
The main place.
For the
Yellow Jacket
Pym
thing.
Industry place
Oh, okay.
for Yellow Jacket stuff. And then because he was listening to them at their house and broke in and almost saw all their stuff.
He did see her and like.
Yeah, which at the time I was wondering like how did he not know that they were there? And then at the
Yeah.
end he's like, oh, he knew the whole time. So during the heist, Ant-Man gets trapped in Darren's little, I don't know, wherever he keeps Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, that was.
And then Darren attempts to kill Hank. Scott breaks free, and then Hank gets shot anyways. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like he finally breaks through, and then Hank just gets shot anyways. So Scott goes after Darren, and Hank and Hope escape by using his tank keychain. I love that. And he's like, "What do you think? It was just a keychain?"
Which I remember the first time I saw it, I had no idea that was gonna fucking.
Yeah, this time you can totally tell because they show it like multiple times in
Yeah,
this. Like, oh, yeah,
yeah.
it's leading to something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really cool scene. Everybody outside, I love everybody else's reaction when something gets big like that. Like when they see the ant, like I was like, "Oh my god, that's a weird dog."
Yeah. That was Avon Barstow, by the way.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah. Well, in that extras on the Amazon copy, it shows like how they did the tank thing, and that was pretty cool too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just.
They didn't really drop a tank out of a building.
No, they didn't.
Oh, damn it! Fucking movie magic.
they-
Gets me every time.
But it was like a wall, and then like a fake tank.
Oh,
and
it
then
just
they,
like goes through it or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So then we get the saddest death in the movie. I'm gonna call him Anthony. Anthony gets killed.
Yeah, you could see that one coming.
Yeah, but it's still the whole time like oh, he's got a pet ant that's gonna end up dying now.
Yeah.
But when it happens, you're like, oh, they actually killed his pet.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good.
And then
shot.
I think one time when he hits him,
Who
he's like,
shoots bullets at ants?
I know. But then when he's fighting Darren, at one point he's like, "This one's for Anthony." Like when he's going after him. So then we get the smallest fight.
Do you think he'll have Anthony too? Electric Boogaloo?
Oh my god. So we get the smallest fight in the MCU in a briefcase, which that's one of the funniest scenes too. The fighting in there, Siri goes off, like calculators are rolling down. I think there's like a can of Mountain Dew or something in there as well.
Yeah. And it starts playing the music from whatever fuck he said. I don't remember.
Yeah, and then they're falling into the people's pool and they fight, knock over their barbecue.
And then he hits him to a bug zapper.
Yeah.
That
If he was just a little bit better aim, he could have defeated him right there.
Yeah.
So they do that. Scott ends up defeating Darren and gets sucked into the quantum realm, which is when we get to see Janet. That was really cool. I saw her. And then we get our 12th Stan Lee cameo, and it's probably the best Stan Lee cameo of all time.
But anyway, and Ignacio tells me, yo, I met this crazy fine writer chick at the spot last night. Like, fine, like crazy stupid fine. And he goes up to the bartender and goes, look at the girl I'm with. You know what I'm saying? She's crazy stupid fine, right? And the bartender's all like, yeah, crazy stupid fine.
Maybe not of all
That's
time.
not saying much.
But I thought it was a really cool one. Because of Michael Pena doing the voiceover.
I had forgotten that there hadn't been one, and then I was like, oh, there it is. Jesus,
Yeah.
But
I think it's tied. I think actually the one in Doctor Strange, I believe. I think it's either Doctor Strange or Guardians 2. I can't remember. When he's up there with like the Watchers. I really like that one, and I like this one of Stanley's. The other ones, I could really care less.
I never remember them until they happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Do you remember Thor's?
Which one of Thor's?
The first one on Thor's.
Oh, it was the truck with the hammer. The one
you-
that I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get some end credit scenes. First one, Hank gives Hope the wasp suit.
And he goes, I hope you're gonna use this.
No, he doesn't.
He should.
But I thought that was kind of cool. He said, "Me and your mom were working on this prototype, and I realized we're making it for you." And then she's like, "Oh, finally."
I know. She's. I'm sure she'll be fine in two. I just.
So you really didn't like her, did you?
It's not that I didn't like her. It's just like. It's not called the Wasp. It's called Ant-Man. No, I don't know. It's just like
Yeah, but she's daughter of Ant-Man, so it'd be like if Iron Man had a daughter, she'd be a big part of the next movie if they had, you know? Because Hank is the original Ant-Man, so it was like going with
Yeah.
it. Like she should technically be the next person, you know?
yeah. I mean, I guess.
Because in the comics, like Ant-Man and the Wasp are always together. So like I thought that would I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. She just bugged me a little bit, but like not overwhelmingly.
So like, are you not looking forward to seeing her as the Wasp in the next
no,
movie?
no, because I mean it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like,
So,
I
like,
know-
so- oh,
I'm ready for
So
it.
if your title's in the name, so Thor Ragnarok, you're like, oh, fucking Hulk's not in this. This isn't called Thor Ragnarok and Hulk.
No, it's not about her just being in the title, but like she just kind of annoyed me a little bit. Like not that much, just enough that like I'm bringing it up.
Oh, okay.
But
Who do you like more, her or Stan Lee?
her.
Oh, okay.
But like she didn't do anything except train him.
Her or Wally West?
Her.
Damn it. I was hoping you'd say Wally.
I mean, what did she do in this movie?
She helped him with the heist. I don't think they would have made it through if it wasn't for her.
Oh, I guess like yeah, whatever.
She helped him through that, and she helped train Ant-Man. I don't fucking think Hank was going to teach him Kung
She
Fu.
was gonna train on Ant-Man.
She was, like, Hank wasn't going to teach him Kung Fu.
How do you know he doesn't know Kung Fu?
He's an old bastard.
You still know it.
Well, but he couldn't even wear the suit and go fight. If he knew that shit, he would have done it himself. I believe that's what he said in the movie.
No, he did not say, if I knew that shit, I'd go do it myself.
All right, moving on. So we get a second end credit scene, and it's Captain America and Falcon. They have Bucky pinned down some fucking car machine, and Falcon's like, "Oh, I know."
Car machine.
Yeah, like the squeeze it down. They
Oh.
were in like a car garage,
I just
a
never heard
mechanic
it.
place.
I've never heard it called a car machine.
But then Falcon's like, "Oh, I know a guy," because they can't get Tony because Tony doesn't play well with them anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder who that guy is.
I believe it's Ant-Man, the movie we
Oh,
just
is
watched.
it? He's
Yeah.
just not Wasp.
No, that'd be fun. I know a guy, and Wasp was in Civil War. How
That-
pissed do you think Paul Rudd would be? He's like, I was fucking in the movie, and then they're gonna get her in Civil War.
Yeah, no shit.
I do like in the Ant-Man 2 trailer, he's like, oh, if you would have, like, if I would have asked you to go with me there or whatever, do you think we would have been caught or whatever? Or, I forget exactly how he says it, but then she's like, well, I can definitely tell you one thing. If I would have been there, you wouldn't have been caught.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool.
I guess what I didn't like about her is that she was kind of a know-it-all, but yet she wasn't doing any of that shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
But
like,
she wasn't, it's because her dad told her not to. And, like,
No, I know,
she
but
wasn't supposed to go out there.
but she was also. But we haven't seen her do anything except punch him. You know what I mean? And so it's just I don't know. Like she wasn't fighting Falcon. She wasn't going down drains with the ants.
Oh, see, that never even bothered me because she wasn't supposed to.
Well, I know she wasn't supposed to, but how do you like roll your eyes at Paul Rudd? And I guess because
Well, she was only rolling her eyes because she wanted her dad to be proud of her. And she wanted to be doing that. And then
Yeah.
when Paul Rudd told her that
she was jealous.
I'm expendable and he wants to save you, then she wasn't rolling her eyes anymore. She was fine with it
yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, and I was fine with her at that point too. But
Hmm.
it took. What are you doing?
Well, I just looked up and I realized I didn't turn on that light. But we're
Oh,
fine.
okay. I thought you saw like a bat or something.
Yeah, I got bats in my room. They're just flying around here. Fucking flying. I'm gonna turn into Batman now.
Da-na-na-na.
No, I'm not saying that again. But are you ready to watch the trailer for Civil War?
Already? Okay.
I mean, you got anything else you want to say about Ant-Man? You want to complain about Evangeline Lilly anymore?
No, I thought we'd talk about like
Oh, we could say our favorite scenes and whatnot. And we could rank our movies.
yeah.
So I'll go first. First, I'm gonna rank my movies, and then you can rank yours, and then we'll all throw a party and get naked. Deal?
Wow.
So my top movie right now is still Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Then I got Avengers Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, Avengers 1, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Iron Man, Thor, Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, and then Thor The Dark World is still at the bottom. Nothing is going to be in the bottom. That's always going to be there because that movie fucking sucks. Worst movie of all time. I'd rather watch Going Overboard than Thor Ragnarok.
No, you would not.
I'd rather watch Orange County naked on my dad's bed than Thor Ragnarok clothed in my bedroom.
Did you hear what you just said?
I heard the words that are coming out of my mouth.
I don't think you did because you just compared Orange County to Thor Ragnarok.
I did, and
Not Thor 2.
oh, my bad. Thor: The Dark World.
Like the walk world.
So want me to say your movies?
Yeah, say mine's another turnaround.
All right. So Nick's top movie is Incredible Hulk. No, I was kidding. His top movies: Winter Soldier, which I didn't realize that was your top movie.
It's been there for 3
Winter
weeks.
Soldier, number 2, Ant-Man, 3, Guardians of the Galaxy, 4, Avengers. I'm done counting them or numbering them. Captain
Can't
America,
count that high.
Iron Man, Black Panther, Thor, Avengers 2. I thought that said presenting 2, and I was like, what the fuck? But Avengers 2, Iron Man
That is a
2,
bad A.
Thor 2, Iron Man 3, and Incredible Hulk. I'm surprised you have Ant-Man as your number 2.
I really like this movie. That's why.
Do you think when
that's
we
why I
get
didn't
to
want to just get into the. That is why I didn't want to just go to the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like when people say, "Oh, Ant-Man's stupid," I mean it's hard. Like sometimes, like when he goes into a drain and he's like.
I think that's like there's that one part when he's breaking into the place and the ants are coming down and he's riding on the ants. I thought that was really cool, him working with them together, because it's like it's a special effect and like a thing you don't ever really see.
But you could understand why some people would think it was dumb.
Yeah, I can. Also, I like in the same way I can see people that say like the Transformers movies are dumb because they're just big giant robots smacking each other. I can see those same things. As like it's a fine line.
But what I was gonna say is, if like pick a superhero.
Flash.
No, pick one in Marvel.
Oh,
Shit.
Quicksilver. You want to pick one that has a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fuck's sake. Dude, play along.
Black Panther. No, Incredible Hulk.
Okay. Is it any more stupid that he gets giant and can fucking...
Wait, that's what I was always
and
saying.
his pants stay on. We don't see his big green cock.
I said this in our shitty review of Ant-Man. People that say Ant-Man is stupid, like why don't they say Batman's stupid or Spider-Man's stupid? They're all insects. Like just because
Spiders aren't insects.
They're not, or they're arachnophobia. No, that's being afraid of Spider-Man or
Arachnids.
That's being afraid of Spider-Man's is what I said. God damn. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I do.
They're all animals or fucking creatures from the Black Lagoon.
What it reminds me of is that whole Indiana Jones thing. Remember on the last one, it was like aliens. Everyone's like, it's stupid. It's fucking aliens.
Yeah.
Because in the first couple, well, the two of the first 3 was about God. But what's the difference? If you don't believe in one, you don't believe in the other. Like it's still, you just gotta let that shit go. And well,
especially when you're watching like a fucking 60-year-old Harrison Ford going through the jungle doing shit.
Yeah, well,
like it's like you're just watching a movie.
Well, and then so with this is hilarious. It's probably if not the funniest, the second funniest, because Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty funny.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Thor. I've heard Thor's hilarious.
Yeah.
But
even Civil War has its very funny parts too for how serious that movie is as well.
But also, but this is very entertaining as a heist movie too, and it's got that feel.
I almost wish it was a little more heisty.
A little more heisty.
But I really, really enjoy the heist parts of this too. Like I really liked that. That's why it's my 1, 2. I think it's my 7th movie. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's my 6th movie on my
That's
list.
not bad. I mean, because those are good movies on the list. But
yeah, see that's the hard part. Like it's my 6th movie, but like going through a list of I think we have 12 now. That makes it kind of seem like it's a shitty movie, but like only 2 of these have really been bad movies.
And they're still good if you compare them to other movies.
Yeah, and they're still pretty decent unless you compare them to Orange County.
Shut the fuck up with your Orange County shit.
But yeah, I do really like it.
So what was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite scene, it's got to be either the Falcon fight.
Yeah, that was good.
Or the Michael Pena scenes.
Just all of them.
Like the ones of him describing other people and them going around.
I know we talked about this before the podcast. That was like a couple days ago. But in the beginning when he picks him up in his van.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, when he's talking and he's like, oh, how's your dad or your mom?
He asked how his girlfriend was. He's we broke up. And then my dad died. And then his mom died and his dad got deported.
Something like that, yeah. He's like, but I got the van. He's like, oh, yeah, it's a nice van.
And it's a shitty van.
Yeah. Although I really liked, too, how like the other cops knew it was Paul Rudd's van or Scott's van.
From the
horn? Because they accidentally honked the horn when he did it earlier to his daughter.
Yeah.
Which I really liked his daughter, too. I thought she was pretty good, too.
Well, and the stepdad was good, too.
Even the stepmom that didn't like him.
The stepdad from I, Tonya.
But like the stepmom that didn't like him, she still kind of did.
Yeah, I hate her.
She was okay. Like usually I don't like her in things, but I thought she was fine in
like
this.
Arrested Development.
She did her part.
Yeah, she was fine. Yeah, the stepdad was actually likable, which is weird. Usually stepdads aren't likable at all.
Yeah, well, especially like when it's a cop stepdad against the hero.
But then he lets him go and stuff.
Yeah, he was like, and then like at the end, he does all that stuff for him and all that, like clears him from escaping jail.
Yeah, and I think one of our podcasts I called that big ant at the end a cockroach.
Yeah, you did, but that's why I was confused. Because I remember I thought
that wasn't the only reason.
I thought there was more scenes of that happening because you asked me if I remembered something else, and I was like, oh no. But then you said, do you remember the big cockroach at the end? And I was like, big cockroach? No.
Yeah, the scene you didn't remember was the briefcase.
Yeah, I didn't remember that at all. When it happened, I was like, oh yeah, this is what he was talking about. I forgot that we previously talked about it.
Wow.
That's why I have to take notes for these podcasts. This is what I understand. This is getting into Jerome's brain.
Well, that's scary.
Like, I could watch Flash 4 years ago and remember fucking how he runs into the Speed Force naked and how it works and all this shit. But then I could watch a movie and then from the drive from the theater to the house, I've forgotten almost the entire movie or anything I wanted to talk about the movie.
Well, it's because, I mean...
It's partly because putting me on the spot thinking about it. It's like when someone says, hey, do an Australian accent, and all of a sudden I turn into a pirate.
Yeah, I don't know how that makes any sense.
But, like, you know what I mean?
No, and also because... when we're doing this, sometimes you'll have a thought, and then I'll say something, and it'll take you away from that thought.
Yeah, or I'll be thinking of something, and has to be like, hey, if you can make a porno, and then I'm like, well, I can't think of anything I was talking about.
Now all I can think about is giant fish. Right? That's what you two came up.
Yeah, I did come up with Jaws.
Fucking Jaws and Tombstone, for fuck's sake. But yeah.
People should go listen to Random Ramblings coming out every Thursday. Every Thursday.
What else was I going to say about this movie? I think that's it. Like, so you don't think he's in Avengers?
I'm 85% sure he's not in Infinity War. Because he hasn't been in a single trailer, but neither has Hawkeye. And I know Hawkeye's been spotted on set, and he's got like a new haircut and a new Hawkeye outfit that's like from the comics. But I don't... And because Ant-Man 2 comes out like a couple months after Infinity War. So I think their thing is going to be, oh, he's busy doing this, but then I think at the end of Ant-Man 2, there'll be a post-credit scene for him to be in Avengers 4. Because that'll come out, like I think, like next year, or maybe the year after. Comes out pretty quickly after this one.
Did you watch the Spider-Man thing that I tagged you in yesterday?
I don't remember. What did you tag me in?
Where he's playing with the figure.
Oh, with the things, yeah, I saw that previously when he did it. Because he did it after Thor did his.
Oh, that wasn't new?
You know, that was around the time of Homecoming.
Because he was playing with an Ant-Man.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, we're buds. When I saw that, I was like, oh, interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if he's in it, it might be a brief scene. I don't think he's going to be in it much.
I don't know. You're full of shit.
But if he is, then maybe Ant-Man and the Wasp is before Avengers, even though it comes out after, which, I mean, wouldn't be new for them, because the Guardians of the Galaxy, that was like, in the timeline was 2014.
All right.
But yeah, because he hasn't been in any, even like in the poster. His name's not on the like opening thing. He's not in the poster of the movie. And neither is Hawkeye, but he's not in it at all. So it'd be interesting if he is.
Yeah. Well, because I was gonna say, like, how does he help? But like,
he could get big and just step on Thanos.
I think he'd little and go up his ass.
Oh, that'd be good. Thanos is like, hey, get out of me.
Yeah.
I'm not Hitler with a pineapple. It's a little Mickey reference for any of y'all who didn't get that.
Wow.
So now you want to watch the trailer for Civil War?
Yeah, now we can watch the
Watch the trailer for one of probably the best Marvel movie of all time.
Do you think it's going to be better than Winter Soldier? I was thinking about that today.
I think it will be. I do. Because didn't we go to see this twice in theaters? I mean, not like that makes it any better, but I
like this movie a lot. I just don't know.
This is basically like Avengers 2.5.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it better.
Yeah, well, I'm saying when you have all those characters together and like this movie by actually really good directors. Not saying Joss Whedon's bad, but
didn't they direct Winter Soldier?
Yeah, they did. But that's what I'm saying is like it's like an Avengers movie but directed by them who's really good at this.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I hope so, but
we'll see if this trailer changes your mind. Okay, I'm hitting play now.
Did we get to hear it?
It's a job.
Yeah, I turned it up before, but you know.
We try to save as many people as we can.
Oh, it's a little Bucky.
Sometimes that doesn't mean everybody.
They should make a Netflix series called Lil Bucky.
Wow.
I'm going up doing adventures. Could be like a kids show.
New York.
I think it's funny. This movie is totally what they wanted Batman v Superman to be.
Oh yeah.
but 110% better.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough.
But like it's
Captain,
because this is
people
like
are
what was
afraid.
it at this point, like 10 years in the making.
That's why.
Yeah. I mean, they took their time and did it right.
And you finally get to see the payoff of those two like butting heads.
Whatever form that takes, I'm
Yeah. And then when you rewatch it, it's not as annoying.
If I see a situation.
Yeah,
where
because
it's,
when you watch Avengers, you're like,
You're
oh,
like-
you fuckers are gonna fight. Captain America's gonna kick your ass, Iron Man.
sometimes
So
when I
when you
question your
watched this the first time, what team were you?
Captain America.
I know
Yeah, I
I'm
was too. I didn't know, and then when like stuff started happening, and I was like, I want Cap to win. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm Team Cap.
Yeah, that was the same way.
I love that scene when he does that with his hand and catches the bullet. Like, there's a lot of really cool moments like that. I still think War Machine should have died in this. Not because I hate the guy, but I think that would have been very impactful in the movie.
Wasn't it Vision that shot him?
Yeah.
And Vision should have been on Captain America's team anyway.
I remember that happening, and you leaned over in the theater going, I guess Vision doesn't have that good a sight.
I'm not the one
Who
that
said
needs to
that?
want
You did.
Wow.
You leaned over to me and said that.
Did I really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and you say I have bad jokes.
You just started a war.
Black Panther was cool in this too.
Yeah. That's what I really like. Marvel does that very well, like introducing a character in a movie before their big movie. So then you kind of don't have to have an origin in their movie.
Do this all day.
Well, like this is the first time we see Spider-Man too. Like we get some pretty big people in this.
Which is funny. Was Spider-Man in that scene right there?
No, because you know what they do a lot of the time, which is why I'm
That's what
I'm.
Oh,
worried-
he is right there.
Oh, well, because
Nah,
this
yeah.
is trailer 2.
Oh, okay.
But what Marvel does, which like I've brought this up I think before, but on the Avengers 2 trailer, at the end scene they photoshopped out or whatever Vision, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch out of the end fight scene. So in the first trailer, like it just looks like the normal Avengers fighting,
Oh yeah.
and then like the fourth trailer or whatever, you finally see them all there. So like they take stuff out and like they edit stuff in. Like you can see in the trailers now, fucking Thor has one eye. So
yeah. Which is to
yeah,
me.
it's from Thor
yeah.
Ragnarok. But if you watch the Thor Ragnarok trailers, in like all these scenes, he's got like lightning going through both his eyes and all that stuff. But he's supposed to have it lost, I guess.
Oh right.
So they edit so much stuff out of all their trailers to make you not get spoilers, which is cool.
yeah.
But that's what makes it like they could have digitally took out Hawkeye or Ant-Man from a scene because it's important.
Yeah.
In
Like
Infinity
Hawkeye
War.
probably dies.
Wouldn't surprise me. It would suck for his family, but it wouldn't surprise me.
They're not real.
I know in the prelude comic for Infinity War, he's like back home with his family at this point. But he was back home with his family in Civil War and in Avengers 2. So it's not like that stops him from going out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got anything else you want to say about Ant-Man?
I don't think so. So we decided Michael Pena was our favorite.
Michael
character.
Pena is MVP of this movie, I believe.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I almost wanted to pick Falcon, but it's just.
I thought about that. We've done that a lot, or like the little cameo, like
Yeah.
we pick Samuel Jackson and stuff like that.
yeah, but
I think
Pena,
Michael Pena, like he won this movie.
Yeah.
I
he
would
was good.
definitely going into seeing Ant-Man 2. If he wasn't in it, I'd be bummed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think that makes him deserve the award for this movie. We're gonna give him the little Pleeka Ant-Man. Put Michael Pena on the back.
Yeah, he doesn't have a pop figure.
He doesn't, yeah.
Fine.
That's when they don't make a lot of pop figures of the side characters, which is kind of a bummer.
Fuck, they make enough.
That's true. All right, so this is the end of the Pleeka podcast. We'll be back next Monday for Captain America: Civil War. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
we're
we'll
getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, we're almost fucking done. Infinity War is right around the corner.
I'm surprised we made it this fucking far.
I mean, usually, like, I honestly thought we were gonna get to like Thor 2, maybe a little bit further, and then be like, skip a week and be like, nah, all right, we're just done.
Yeah.
Because that usually happens.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened to Hulk first.
I know. I wanted to do that Friday, but then I forget something happened.
Yeah, something always happens.
You like shit your pants or something.
Probably. But yeah, so thanks for listening to the Pleeka podcast. Go check out our Patreon, like and subscribe. Tweet Nick pictures of your ball sack, and we'll see you guys next time.